Okay, so warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us. And I just wanted to begin with a little bit of teachings that I channeled from Guan Yin this morning in preparation of tonight. So first, a little bit on the purpose on why we, sometimes organize these meditations. So usually it takes place maybe once in 2 months, depending on which of the masters or the light beings want to facilitate these sessions with us. The whole idea is not just to, really to sit there and receive a meditation. It's nice if we can kind of understand why the masters do this with us, and in particular with Guan Yin and the attunements that we will receive. So everybody to get grounded and to bring yourself into the present moment, so that as you receive later on, the healing will be deeper and you receive with an understanding. So here we are, we're getting to know each master. We want to get to know them better. In particular, Guan Yin. She seems popular, isn't it? I think everybody from any nationality, race, or religion seems very connected to her, and she is very much present in our lives. And she comes in many forms and many aspects of her, in the form of many other goddesses, actually. So in that sense, we are all very familiar with her energies, and maybe later during the meditation, you will kind of realize, hey, I felt this before, I've been somewhere and I've experienced these energies before. The energies of Guan Yin are very pretty much solidified in the third dimension, in our dimension, because she's been working with us for a long time. So through these sessions, one of the purposes, the intention is really to get to know each master or each light being on a deeper level. Through the masters, we begin to understand the personality and the divine qualities of actually God Source itself, through the very aspects of each master, not just working with that master alone, but really through that master understanding that, oh, okay, so God Source is like this. This is one aspect of God Source, which is really an aspect of you. The ascended masters, as we all know, because they've ascended, which means they have actually walked the earth before, they've all managed to achieve liberation of the heart and of the mind. And therefore, we too can always achieve the same in this lifetime. And it doesn't matter where you are at this moment in your spiritual evolution, everything can just change tomorrow, or even next month, or even next year. But the purpose of us training ourselves and cultivating ourselves is really to liberate the mind and to really liberate the heart. Saw something so cute, it just distracted me. Okay, so Guan Yin was sharing that she too has experienced life on earth. She too is an ascended master, and she understands the pain and suffering of humanity because she has witnessed this and she has gone through it herself. She was liberated only when she was able to let go completely and forgive all the pain that she had witnessed and endured. And her pain and her heart completely opened up to all the gateways of the heart. So the heart chakra, and she showed me this in the vision, it's like her heart chakra just opened up in all dimensions and all gateways. So the heart chakra has approximately 6 to 8 gateways in front, behind, and all around, and each one has to open up. It's more than a lotus flower. I know sometimes we depict it or try and see it as a lotus flower, but it's actually different portals that open up in the heart, as well as the center of the heart that needs to completely open up. And so she began to understand, and she began to be able to let go and it actually happens simultaneously. And so it's always happening to us, actually, a little bit all the time. When we experience that love, when we experience the ability to let go, forgive someone, or be more embracing, or be more tolerant, the different gateways of your heart slowly opening up, and then the light coming in. And that actually happens simultaneously. So, you don't all of a sudden pause and say, wow, my heart is really opening. Then, I feel this ability to be more loving. It happens at the same time. She then was able to merge or recall back all of her lifetimes and start to remember all aspects of her, remember all the emotions, and then finally merge back with her highest and her holiest self. So as you can see, she's saying here that as she gained that kind of a liberation, she doesn't mention so much of enlightenment. She always says liberation. She gained that liberation, that freedom. She was then able to merge with her higher self. And even the higher self, we have different aspects of the higher self that comes in. And so she was able to merge with all of that. And thus her being able to merge back with source energy, with that one energy that she came from, the essence of whom she is, and what the universe is all about. She also showed the various stages of life as she was evolving. And she showed visions, she showed visions of her as a child, as a lady, and then as a mother, a daughter, and then as a wise woman. And her experiencing the death, the longing, and then really also being pure and innocent at the same time. So it was rather amazing to see, in that very short moment, the different stages of life that she had actually gone through, and how she too had a personality just like you and me, the different personalities in different lifetimes. And so she's actually very, very real. So when we connect with a master, we want to take that time to really connect with them, because you can. So they're here to also remind us that we can really connect to them in a very intimate way. We can be very close, and maybe some of you might say, but that could just be my imagination. But you see, when the masters come through, there's somebody who's not on mute. So please check. Please check that you're on mute. When we connect with the masters and when they connect with us, so it's two ways, right? Not just us connecting with them, but they connecting with us. We don't just see these visions, or we don't just have that knowing, we have that feeling as well. So it comes together with a feeling, and feelings are something, is something that you cannot make up. You can't, it flows along as the vision comes in, the feeling comes in, and then it's like you are so involved in what you're seeing. So there's no mistake in that. And so the only reason why you can't experience that level, or you're not experiencing that, having that kind of an experience, is there could be a block. The block could be, I'm not worthy, or it's impossible for me to actually come that close to a master or a light being. There's certain fears that if I do that, I might be judged. And of course, the first person that will judge you is yourself. So you think that you're crazy, and all those things, right? So just try and release every time you come for a meditation. Try and release. I mean, after all, it's your relationship with yourself and the masters. Nobody can really judge you for it. And after a while, it becomes more and more natural. It's really something that you cannot tell yourself that it's not real, right? Yeah. So later on, when we start the meditation, that's what you want to try and first, let go of. Yeah, just tell yourself, I'm going to let go of all these. If it comes into your mind, all the judgments that come into your mind, oh, am I seeing this? Am I imagining things? Just let it go. Yeah, just let it go and say, it's all right. Whatever it is, I'm just going to experience it. Okay. So even now, Guan Yin has some aspects of her that are reincarnated in this dimension, and she does that so as to continually evolve herself in order to assist humanity. And what that means is she continually needs to know how we are progressing, what we are feeling, how we are living, really going through what's really going on. And she wants to experience that as well, so that she knows herself how to assist. You know, it's different aspects of her, not all of her. So when a being reincarnates, when you reincarnate, when your father reincarnates, or your grandfather, your grandmother, it is never 100% of an aspect of that individual. So if you can see yourself as a entire being of light, and you have a million light bulbs, you take that one little light bulb or two little light bulbs, and you plant that in somebody else, and those little light bulbs are different aspects of you. Okay, so therefore, she has also placed a little of her consciousness into somebody else. So therefore, we can experience someone with a lot of compassion, a lot of love, a lot of affinity with Goddess Guan Yin, and maybe knows her ways and maybe her sutras, or things like that. Yeah. Okay, so today we will be receiving a couple of initiations from her and clearings, purifications from the dragons that she works with. So she has many dragons around her. Maybe some of you may have experienced that. Those are like spirits. Yeah, we'll call them spirits, not spirit animals, but spirits. We'll call them spirits that actually work with her, and they do carry a different form, they do carry a different vibration. They do have their own tools as well that they use to also work with humanity. And they come in different sizes, they come in different ages, they do come in different colors. They come in different colors to help us understand what it is that they're trying to do. So therefore, they create that vision, that aspect, different aspects of them, in order to relay this message to us, so that we kind of get what is it that they're doing, because we need to compartmentalize different things, right, in our minds. So they understand that this is what we need, so they're giving it to us. But as you work deeper and deeper, closer and closer with them, they don't actually come in so many spectrum of colors. Okay, so it really depends on what is it that you understand, or what is it that you want to receive, or what is it that you're used to. That is how they will show themselves to you. Okay. Okay, so the first one is opening the mind to the compassion of the soul and releasing the need to travel through life with pain and suffering. So this is the number one thing. As you all know, from eons ago and decades ago and many, many lifetimes ago, mankind has known that Guan Yin's role is to liberate every soul, isn't it? So they all have this understanding that she's here to liberate every soul, and she won't leave until she liberates every soul. Is that the truth? It's not entirely correct, but it's not entirely wrong. Even when everybody has been liberated, we are all just one. I mean, there's really nowhere else for her to go. Like, we're all here together. Yeah, so it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really she has anywhere else to go. She doesn't have like a second or third home. But what she says is that she will always be around as long as we need her. And so for a long time now, her role has not changed. So some of the masters, they actually change roles. They actually do change their roles over time. They move into different dimensions, or they take on different forms, yeah? Or they have a bigger aspect of them moving or reincarnating into different dimensions. So then you don't sense them so much, and they don't do that much of the work with the 3D realm. But for Guan Yin, she pretty much has not changed her role at all. Her role has remained, which is really to help people see that suffering is all in the mind and in the heart. Suffering is all in the mind and heart. The suffering is something of the 3D, that only the 3D has. Time and suffering is something that only the 3D experiences. So we feel that it's been a long time, but to them there's no aspect of time, right? So they can literally keep going on and keep doing this. They don't feel like it's a long time. Okay, so the number one role and her purpose is really to let us understand that because the soul experiences a lot of healing as time goes by, as the soul receives healing, the soul receives that compassion and that love that's required, you will then realize that life is not meant to be painful and suffering. And then you begin to realize where are your pain points and what are the triggers that cause you those suffering. Okay? So she's here to help us liberate in that sense. Aligning our choices to the truth with love by opening and sharing the compassion of our heart with others. And we can do this by first listening. This is what she wants to really highlight tonight, which is that ability to listen to others. Not so much of the doing, not so much of the thinking, but to begin to listen. Now, it's very interesting that she speaks about this now, right? Not just listening to others, which is so important, yeah, that skill of listening with compassion, listening with a present heart, listening with a present mind, and not anywhere else. So I hope all of you are listening right now and really paying attention, really listening, having that skill, developing that skill. But also listening to the masters. I think that's what all of you also want to be able to do, listening to that intuition. And so I thought it was very interesting that she would mention this. Not many of the masters would actually mention it in this way, but she's got a different perspective as well. So being there for others, and that's being compassionate, being there for your neighbor, being there for your friend, and being there for your family. And you have your own way of listening. Okay, so learning how to truly listen to someone. When we pause and we listen, we can then really be aware of what that person needs or does not need from us. And then followed by the speaking and acting with compassion. So first, importantly, is to listen. So when we can slow down and be gentle with ourselves and be patient with ourselves, which she will talk a little bit about in a bit, which is about patience. We can then have this ability to slow down the inside, and then that allows us to really listen. Okay, so if we can listen to someone else, we can then slowly develop the skill how to listen to our masters and how to listen to our intuition. Opening to higher guidance and releasing all need to control, to know. And by mastering patience and honoring the divine timing with love and clarity. So why does she mention patience now? Because in our dimension, we like everything fast, and even more so when we live in a city like the city that we live in. We like everything to be fast. We are also ruled by time. And so, but time does not exist in many different dimensions. And when we are ruled by time, we often get impatient, right? So many of you want things very fast, yeah, or prefer to be extremely, extremely slow. And when we speak of divine timing can be slow, divine timing can be fast, divine timing it just is. And a lot of times we are not flowing, we are not being in that flow of that divine timing. We are being in the flow that we have chosen, what we want, what we desire. And that's the issue. The issue is that because we are not in that divine timing, which is a divine flow, we find that a lot of things don't work for us, or they don't work easily. And that's why we experience suffering, or we experience blocks, and we experience obstacles. It's only because we are not in that flow. Okay? When you are in that divine flow, you know simply when to pause and when to move a little faster, when to practice patience, yeah, with yourself and with others. And this is one of the signs that you will know that you are in that divine flow. Okay. So Guan teaches us that patience is a virtue of the soul and belongs to the higher personality of God. So earlier on, we had mentioned that we are here to experience Source through the Ascended Masters, learning through the Ascended Masters. They are like our role models. Okay. And patience is one of the aspects or higher personality traits of Source. So I always mention that we want to move from the lower personality into the higher personality, or having godlike qualities or godlike traits. And patience is certainly one of them. Next would be living a life of gratitude, so that we may ask and receive from Source and the universe that which we truly need, not what we desire on the 3D level, on the lower personality level, but what we truly need in creation, and with a compassionate mind and a compassionate heart. Okay. So when you have truly experienced or awakened the heart, you awaken it to compassion, you awaken it to patience, you awaken it to love. And so the heart guides many other aspects of us. The heart itself can illuminate many other aspects of you. We stay away from the chakras first, because that's a different practice. The heart alone illuminates the mind and the heart and other aspects. So remember how Guan Yin actually gained that liberation. Some of us understand it as enlightenment, but she gained that liberation when she experienced that intense or amazing opening of the heart chakra, the front, the back, and all gateways of the heart. Okay. Guan Yin has learned through her experience on earth that gratitude helps one to achieve a state of peace and contentment. So we have two other qualities coming in now, which is peace and contentment. Again, higher qualities of God's Source. So we have patience, we have compassion, and then now we have peace, and then we have contentment. And this is in turn, it changes how we feel about life. It changes how we feel about the people around us. It changes how we feel about situations that we're going through. How we care, love, and interact with the self and others will change when we go into that state of peace and contentment. Okay, so importantly, we want to highlight that as we slowly elevate the consciousness, as we begin to experience the blessings, and we begin to receive the attunements, everything goes through stages, and then it goes through a practice. A practice has to be there. So you do a meditation and you receive all these attunements and good energies and good vibes, and you're feeling fantastic, feeling awesome tonight, then feeling great tomorrow, and then the day after. And then it kind of goes away. And then you're wondering, oh, why does it go away? You know, how come it doesn't stay? There's a lot going on, not just yourself, but also the environment, people, a lot of things that's going on that's coming at you, right? So it influences your energy. So staying in that higher state of being is not the easiest thing to do. It does not mean that all the attunements and positive energies that you have received have gone away. It doesn't mean that. So if you have experienced compassion today, tonight, if you receive and sense a deeper kind of a compassion and love, your body always remembers it. Your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual body always remembers it. Always remembers it. So the next time you want to develop that compassion, it starts from that level, from what you remember. You don't actually get worse unless you actually choose to. Of course, you always have a choice. That's personal choice. That's your personal will that's taking place. Of course, that can happen. But if because of energies, if because of circumstances, of things coming at you, then you just kind of slip from that energy. It doesn't mean it's lost forever. Once you've experienced it, you always have that experience, that remembrance in the cells, which is why no matter what you've gone through in past lives, if you've gone through a great emotion, something that has affected you either or changed you or provided a shift, either in a positive or a negative way, the cells, the body, the muscles, it always remembers. Okay, so similarly, don't be disheartened if you have a wonderful experience with any modality, meditation, with any guru, and then you can't go into a different energy and all that goes away. It doesn't mean it's gone away completely. It's still somewhere inside of you. So you can always tap into that again, as long as you have a daily practice, which is why our daily practice is so, so important. It's so important. It helps to entrain us all over again. It helps us to tap into the energy, to remember the energy, to bring ourselves back into that inner stillness, the inner silence, that the balance within us. So no matter what it is, some people, their spiritual practice is clearly a spiritual practice. It could be reciting mantras, but then again, the intention, how do they actually recite the mantras is also of question. But meditation, anything that allows you to go in deep and allows you to feel a sense of peace is the practice that you want to stick to. And sometimes that takes time. It takes discipline. It doesn't happen overnight. Again, don't give up. Don't tell yourself that I can't do this. You can go and learn other techniques. Maybe some other techniques might suit you better, but never ever give up. A lot of people do say, oh, I can't meditate. I can't keep the mind still. There's so many thoughts. Yeah, of course, because the mind is active and you are alive. Of course, there will be thoughts. So really, really understanding what meditation is all about and how you are supposed to feel or why you feel certain ways, that is very, very important to the practice. Okay, so never giving up. Some other people might have another type of practice that allows them to start being very calm. Some people exercise. Some people go for walks. Some people jog, right? Yeah. So anything, that allows you to feel a state of peacefulness inside of you, calmness inside of you. Okay? No fear is what you want to be doing often. Okay? A pure practice, a healthy practice. Yeah, a healthy practice. And then you will then be able to really reap the benefits when you start to come into higher frequencies, when you say that I want to evolve spiritually. Then all these will really be very, very helpful for you. You won't be running around in circles. You'll actually be going up the ascension ladder. Okay? Yeah. So for those of you who are feeling like you're just running around in circles, not really making much of a progress, don't worry. Just set your intention that you want to break out of this cycle. Ask your masters, ask the universe to help you, to illuminate that path for you, So to bring the right people, to bring the right opportunities, to bring the right teachers to you, and then you just have to do your part. Your part is to be diligent. Your part is to be consistent, right? To be disciplined. That's what's required of you, right? Okay, wonderful. So that's that little bit of sharing. Now we're going to go into meditation and receive the clearings, connecting with Mother Guan Yin, hopefully with her beautiful energies. And all of you have had an experience with Guan Yin before. I'm quite certain. That's why I'm seeing all these faces here. And all of you have had that experience, and that is why you feel guided. You feel that you want to experience this meditation again because you want to experience her maybe one more time, or you want to experience her in a different way. And so now just have a think to yourself, when was the first time you truly experienced Guan Yin's energies? And when we say you experience the energies, like she had really touched you in a way, not just hearsay, not because you read about her, not because somebody told you about her, but you really experienced her, right? So our favorite gods and goddesses, our favorite masters, are truly the ones that we have had a personal connection with in some way or another. And that personal connection does not have to be because I have a statue of that particular goddess, because I read so much about the goddess, or because I do the chant or the mantra every day, but because this goddess has really touched me in some way, touched my life. Yeah. So think about that right now, just for a moment. And if you have one, that's awesome, because again, that's how we want to start off. We want to start off with that feeling, that emotion, that experience, right? Because it never goes away. And often when we come into contact with Guan Yin, when she really comes and touches us with her energies, I've seen it bring a lot of people to tears, because the energy is so loving, it's so touching. And she touches you in all areas, all parts of you that need love. So you truly feel nurtured. It's like your mother giving you a hug when you feel unwell and you feel, you need someone, and then your mother or another loved one comes and gives you that hug, that hug with so much love and no judgment. And so her frequencies, her energies, when she comes in, it allows you to feel that. And every one of us has a wounded self somewhere in us, whether we know it or not. All of us have it, right? Whether we know it or whether we admit it, it doesn't matter. She comes in and she touches you, and then you begin to feel all those emotions all again. So that's Guan Yin, a little bit of her energies that most people experience. Okay. So just hold that in your mind or in your heart, and then have your feet planted on the ground. All this in your time. When you're ready, close your eyes. Close your eyes. As you close your eyes, you tell yourself, I'm going inwards now. So you shut off everything on the outside. And then you take your natural breath. Take the focus to the breath. So we're not asking you to breathe in any specific way. What is the state of your being right now? Just listen to the breath. Again, no judgment. No judgment to the self. And no trying to analyze the breath. Oh, my breath is deep. My breath is shallow. Don't analyze. Just breathe. We call forth the presence of Guan Yin and her celestial dragons. And a beautiful radiant light opens up in front of us. And her dragons come in from behind you. And 2 dragons coming in first with a jewel at its tail. And both dragons weaving in and out the spinal cord. Moving upwards, slowly rising from the bottom of your spine and going upwards. Begin to breathe in the light of Guan Yin. The brilliant light as she enters your auric fields. And it's almost blinding, but your eyes are closed. You are safe. Draw in her light. Take it in. Her light begins to move into your nervous system, into the vagus nerve. Her light begins to calm you down, begins to calm your nervous system. Begins to calm the organs in your body. Begins to bring renewed momentum, a gentle momentum to the fluids in the brain and in the spinal cord. The heart begins to relax. The physical heart relaxes. Your spleen and your liver relaxes. The stomach relaxes. Continue to breathe in the light. And you feel her take a step closer to you. The dragons continue to cleanse your auric fields. Now they start to weave around your auric fields, releasing out breaths of fire to cleanse the auric field of all debris, of all stagnant energy. Through their breath of fire and through dispensation from Guan Yin, karma is also released. Karma that's trapped in your auric fields. They start to weave around your auric fields, going round and round, together, crossing each other's paths. And then they move swiftly into the crown. And they begin to journey down your chakra system. Starting with the crown, they begin to weave in and out of each of the crown chakra to purify the crown chakra, in and out and all around the crown. And then into the third eye, the center of the forehead, center of the head. The two dragons weave in and out and all around. Followed by the throat. Feel the dragons moving in, out, and all around. Begin to feel the crown, the third eye, and the throat. Begin to feel the slight vibration of these three energy centers within you. You may feel the neck, your face, the top of your head. Feel that gentle vibration, or you may begin to feel warm or a tingly sensation. And then the magnificent dragons move into your heart chakra, moving in and out and all around, clearing as much as they can, sometimes using their breath of fire to cleanse. And these are benevolent beings. They're very, very gentle, also very compassionate. And you may sense their eagerness when they're given the opportunity to work with groups of individuals. They're always excited, very delighted, and they continue to move into the solar plexus, doing the same. You may feel a loosening of the lower back as they slowly move into the sacral. You feel a warmth or loosening of the lower back, the muscles there, the tightness and the tension. And then down into the root chakra. This time moving into the entire base of the body. As they move in and out and around the energy centers, the base of the body may feel sensitive. You may feel a gentle energy beginning to rise from the base of your spine. It may not rise all the way up. You feel some energies rising, and then they move into the hips as well and into the inner thighs, releasing all stuck energy there, which are really stuck emotions that we've carried through lifetimes and in this lifetime, and we just store it there. So using their breath of fire, they begin to dissolve all these emotions that you've held on to unknowingly. And these are the emotions, the sufferings, and the experiences and the trauma that will not allow the liberation of the heart and the mind. And the energies of the dragons moving down your legs, coursing down the legs, out through the soles of the feet, out through the soles of the feet, comes all that stagnant energies, parasites, influences, and fears. Some old beliefs moving out through the soles of the feet. Moving into the great Mother Earth. And then the dragons begin to sweep around Mother Earth as they begin to greet Mother Earth. And now you visualize, see and feel that column of light, the central column of light in the center of your body, begin to illuminate from the top of your crown all the way down to the base of your body. Observe the size of the central column with all the chakras inside. Ask for your central column of light to connect to the heart of Mother Earth now, to the core of Earth. And if you would like, release that column of light out of your crown and send it into the higher dimensions. Become aware once again of Guan Yin standing in front of you. This time with a cleared auric field, she can come closer to you. You begin to make sense of her, of how she looks, of the color of her energy. The dragons are beside her. You feel her warmness, her loving energy, that frequency unique to her. As she begins to envelop you, like giving you a great big energetic hug. And she begins to wrap her energies all around you. And her energies begin to pierce into your energy centers from the front and moving out through the back. As her energies pierce through the back of your chakras, it begins to activate the back of your chakras and completely opens up the spine. We ask for her energies to flow into your meridian system, clearing out the energy pathways in your physical body, clearing it out of all stuck energy, blockages. Allow yourself to completely experience what she would like you to experience tonight. as her energies begin to fill each and every one of your energy centers with so much compassion and so much love. And she does not judge you. She sees you for all your sufferings, for all the pain, and through all your lifetimes. This is what she sees as she stands in front of you. And yet she does not judge you. And she fills you with so much more love and so much more compassion. Allow her energies to melt away all that you have been resisting on the inside, all your fears, your worries, your anxiety. Let her melt away all the fears, anxiety, and dense energies that you stored in your organs and in your muscles that may have given rise to pain and disease in any part of the body. Let her energies, her pure energies, just move into those parts of your body that need more healing. And through her compassion, your body begins to heal because you feel compassion and love for yourself. And love heals. Compassion heals. And some of you begin to see past lives of pain and all sorts of suffering on the physical, the mental, the emotional level. Are you ready to let all of that go? Are you ready to let Guan Yin's compassion flow into those lifetimes and into those aspects of you so that you can be healed on a deeper level? And if you answer yes, her energies begin to flow immediately into those lifetimes and into those aspects of you. We ask that all healed aspects flow into the present you right here and right now. Receive that deeply into different parts of you, but you may feel it more in your heart as is feeling of gratitude, or maybe feeling emotional, or maybe feeling like you've just released a burden or a heaviness that you never knew was inside of you. Yes, she touches and heals parts of you that have been forgotten, have been stored away consciously or unconsciously in many parts of you. Take your attention to her again and observe what you see in your inner eye. Observe what you see around her. Observe her face and her features if she's showing that to you. Observe the gift that she is giving everybody now. She's offering each one a crystal or a pearl as she places it in your heart. And each one will receive a crystalline gift that is suitable just for you. And this gift will always stay inside of you and no one can take it away. No one can take it away. And this is the gift of self-compassion. This is the gift of self-compassion, the ability and wisdom to bestow compassion to the self. When you can do that, you will in turn be able to very easily bestow, gift, show divine compassion to others. Divine compassion beyond the human experience or the human knowledge. And she gives that to you and places it in your heart. And then she sends both of her dragons to seal all the healing, all the love, the compassion, an immense amount of light into your auric fields first. So they start to move around, they start to weave around your auric fields to seal in all the goodness. Once that has been sealed in, it can then begin to integrate or to merge with you slowly over the next few days, the next couple of weeks. And the next time you wish to connect with her, to feel her presence, simply place your hand on your heart and connect to this gift that she has given you. Think of it and call her name. When you need comfort and you need soothing energies, place your palm on your heart, think of the gift and call upon her. And this will bring to you her presence and it will awaken her energies again inside of you. We thank Guan Yin for this gift. And now the dragons begin to move into your column of light, starting from the crown again. And this time, sealing in all the goodness to allow it to slowly merge and integrate with you. They start from the crown and the two dragons begin to weave around your column of light all the way down to your root chakra. Let us take 5 deep breaths here as we allow the dragons to complete their mission. Enjoy the stillness and the quietness, the peaceful energies. start to recall what you're grateful for, begin to feel that gratitude in your heart. It could be a person, it could be a place. And then replace that thought with a feeling. Allow yourself to sit with the feeling of gratitude. When you feel immense gratitude, you feel contentment. You feel this is enough for now. Whatever you feel and know of this person or situation, that is enough. It does not need to change in any way. It does not need to get better. It is enough. And for that, I am grateful. I am contented. And contentment does not mean we can't ask for better. It just means we learn to be grateful every step of the way. And every moment is perfect. And that is an acknowledgement of divine flow. And then take a deep breath and send this feeling of gratitude and contentment to all parts of your body. Breathe it deep in so that these frequencies just explode into all other areas of you to create that mind, heart, body, and soul connection and experience. And then think of one more thing or person that you're grateful for. And repeat the process. Then feel the contentment. And then take a deep, deep breath in. And send it into all parts of your body. And then practice sitting there. Allowing that energy of peace, contentment, and gratitude to fill you, all parts of you and all aspects of you. And slowly you begin to develop peace of mind, peace of the heart. As you develop the peace of mind and peace of heart, you realize that your body begins to fill up with more light, and that light is able to stay in the body. Then your energy begins to transform on a more permanent basis. And you feel this beautiful energies more and more often. Just place your hands on your heart as you reconnect to that gift. Call upon Mother Guan Yin in your own way, like a child calling to his or her mother, or his or her favorite person, and saying, thank you for being here, for visiting me, for coming when I called and when I needed you. I will remember you and we will meet again. Thank you for being here for me. We thank the dragons. We love their energies, and you can call upon them anytime. When you see or feel Guan Yin, know that her dragons are with her as well. Slowly release the hands, place them on your lap. As you place your hands on your lap, begin to bring your awareness back to the physical body. Then begin to feel the soles of your feet. And then feel the ankles and the calves. And feel where your knees are. Feel your thighs. And then the buttocks. Feel your back. The belly and the chest. Feel both your arms and all your fingers. Locate the throat, lips, nose, eyes, top of your head. Then allow yourself 3 mindful breaths. Deep breaths, long exhale out. Gently bring yourself completely back. And slowly open your eyes. Right, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that experience with Guan Yin, the dragons, and that you've received your gift. And we will have the replay for 7 days, so you can go ahead and experience the meditation a couple more times. You're most welcome. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wow, yay. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and a fantastic rest of the month. Take care, stay healthy, and hope to see you next time, next meditation. You are most welcome. Thank you, everyone. Good night, sleep well. Yes, rest well, everybody.